It is such a great day to talk rehab. Hey, we're having fun today with you. We're going to be going over stretching for runners. And yoga is a great way to stretch. There's nothing wrong with it. But what's stretching all about? For our runners, when do you stretch? Why do you stretch? Do you have to stretch? That's what we're going to talk about. First of all, stretching is not a warm-up. Right, Mike?
Correct.
It is not a warm-up. Right, Mike?
Correct.
Stretching is good. The muscles have to lengthen. They have to contract. They need what's called compliance, but you don't use it as a warm-up. And a stretched muscle is inherently weak. So it is not the best thing to do right before athletic activity. However, once a muscle is warm, that's a good time to stretch. So, can you warm up a little bit first and then stretch and then go and do your workout? Yeah, that would be fine. Or what we like to do is do a dynamic warm-up to get the muscles primed, then go into your workout and finish off with a stretch. So make sure you watch the dynamic warm-up video to talk about that, all right? But you've done your warm-up, you've finished your cool down, but it's time now to stretch. So first muscle group we want to stretch, the one we use the most generally, hip flexors. So let's work on that. One foot's forward, other foot's back. Tuck that toe in a little bit in the back, Mike. There you go. Really important is to get the hips set down from this position. Got to get a posterior pelvic tilt, essential. So set that posterior pelvic tilt, great. And you're going to drive the front knee forward and then reach up with the side you're stretching, and you should be feeling it just, I'm going to walk behind you here, Mike, that's it, just in the front there. And then arch away and rotate a little bit towards me. And that's going to open up the hip flexor. If you're feeling it right here, you're getting it in the right place. Okay, one more time. Let's face the other way, sideways. So one foot's back, the foot you want to stretch, toes tweaked in a little bit. Definitely don't want the foot turned out. It will not get that hip flexor. Tuck the butt down, very important. Drive the front knee forward, reach up, reach over, and then a little bit of rotation. And that's going to get you right here. Hip flexor. Hold it for 30 seconds, okay? The second stretch, everybody knows your basic calf stretches, right? We can do it one of two ways, with the back leg straight, all right? Feet straight ahead, heels on the ground. See, my foot wants to turn out? I don't know if you can see that. Bring it straight in. I don't have to be like this, right? It's not a tight wire. You can open up your stance, but the feet have to be straight ahead, okay? So let's face sideways, Mike. And we'll do the gastroc stretch. So one leg's back, and then drive the front knee forward, foot straight ahead, heels on the ground, going to get the whole pelvis. And the knees over the foot, not past the toes. Straighten both legs, don't move your feet, and then bend this back knee. That's going to get down and through here, the soleus, okay? Hey, look, your stick you can also use as a cool down. We talk about using this as a warm-up, straighten up, but you can use this as a cool down as well. So you got your gastroc and soleus, your calf complex, you got your hip flexor complex. Look, we're not going to talk about lying on the ground. You just had a run, hopefully you were outside. Most people don't want to lie on the ground, on the asphalt, after you're sweaty and it's messy, so we're going to do all standing stretches right now. When you go home, you get in the house, then you can lie down and stretch the lower back, your lats, your chest, things like that. So another great standing stretch, we're going to give you 2 hammy stretches. Let's do the walking stretch. I like this one a lot, okay? We want to walk from that side to this side. You're over there, so we'll walk from there. So it's a small, we'll do it together. It's a small step forward, right? You're going to stretch that front leg, so I'm going to switch, small step forward, and just sweep. Sweep the ground with your hands. Keep the hips high, and then come up. Small step forward your other foot, and just sweep the ground with your hand. Come up. Keep the hips high and back flat. Small step forward, sweep. Hips stay high, try to keep the back flat. Small step forward, sweep the ground, all right? And you're gonna get it all in through that front hammy. It's kind of like a RDL, Romanian deadlift, okay? Excellent way to get some lengthening in your cool down. Turn towards me. Last one we're gonna do for people who did sprinting in they're growing up, or you see sprinters, it's sprinter's hamstring stretch. So you go in the position just like you're on the blocks, okay? So hands down on the ground like you were in the blocks, okay? One foot's forward. Yeah, that's it. Bring it forward and get those hips nice and high, and then straighten that front knee back if you can. And that's going to get the hammy. So switch feet for a second, Mike, okay? So it's going to be the front leg, all right? Hips high, look at that, and try to straighten that leg, and that's going to open up the hammies. Bring it down. Now this stretch you only hold for a few seconds, about 3 to 5 seconds, because it gets a lot of authority. The hip flexor stretch, maybe 30 seconds. Your calf stretches, maybe 30 seconds. The sweeps are only a couple, okay? There's lots of other hamstring stretches you can do lying down. You can place your foot, up on something and bend. But remember, you want to get the motion from here to here. When you're working hamstrings, if you're rounding your spine, that's putting a lot of pressure on your back. Keep the spine flat, and that's going to give you more hamstring activity and less lower back activity. Hey, your foam roller, your stick, are also a great way to cool down. I like to use these as a warm-up, so watch those videos as well, but you do need to do some sort of stretching. Do it when the muscles are warm. The best time for you to do your stretches is after your runs. I'm Dr. Donald DeFabio. It's been a great day to talk rehab. Thanks for tuning in.